Hello everyone, my name is Ali. I am super comfy here on my bed on a webcam setup that is not that glamorous, but this hobby is not that serious, so we're gonna work with it. As you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm gonna be reviewing my 2026 goals as they're doing right now, and today's July 2nd. It's the halfway point of the year, and we're gonna see how those goals I made at the beginning of the year are turning out. So I'm just gonna look at them on my phone and we're gonna review them. And I can tell you right off the bat, even before I open this, that a lot of these goals are already just not very much on track. For those that aren't on track, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna approach them going forward. So let's just start. At the beginning of the year, the first goal I set as the main goal for the year that I knew was out of my hands. That is not something I could control, but like that would be what I really most wanted for 2026, and that is to get a book deal. We're halfway through. We have not gotten an offer for a book deal yet, but we're still crossing our fingers on that. And like I said, I really can't control it. I'm on submission right now, which is another part of my goals, which I'll get to in a sec. But I'm an author, I'm a creative, I am a writer and artist, and that's basically what these goals are going to be about outside of my like regular life. But yeah, no book deal yet, but we're still working on it. My goal for YouTube was to make 15 videos. This will be the 6th video, I believe, that I'm uploading this year, which is about 40% of 15. So we're halfway through the year and we're a little bit off track, a little bit behind. But so far, I mean, it's funny because these like last few videos have been uploaded like within 2 weeks of each other, more or less. I do feel more confident that I could probably get this one done. 15 YouTube videos, maybe even more, probably just 15, just to make it to that goal. And yeah, I've been enjoying making videos more lately, so hopefully that habit sticks. Number 2 is that I wanted to finish my mini memoir zine about my immigration experience. Originally in the video, and in the 2026 goals video, I said I wanted to finish it by spring, which technically ended on June 21st, and I did not upload and release it until like a week after that, which included a delay that I was not under control of. But either way, it would have been a little bit late. I did finish the zine like in spring, but I was still like touching up my website and planning the release. I'm just gonna count that as a win, even though it's like a little late. But I did overall, deadline or no deadline, I did complete the zine. So that's a goal checked off. Number 3 is that I wanted to finish Project Rat, which is my middle grade graphic novel manuscript. I wanted to make the sample pages, make the whole pitch package, and go on submission with it through my agents. And I did all that. I finished that by March 31st, and by April 9th I was on submission, so that's another one checked off the list. And so far this video isn't very I guess exciting because I'm not like confronting my failures yet, but don't worry, we will get there. So number 4, we're really getting into the less ideal ones here. I said I wanted to complete a full manuscript of Project Days, which would be my YA graphic novel, psychological horror graphic novel to be specific. I went on a writing retreat with a few friends, and I started outlining and plotting and brainstorming it. That was around early April, and I don't know if I can say that I started it because again, it was like I usually like when I really focus on projects and like it's already after I have at least a whole document of like notes and whatever. I'm not starting from scratch. I have like some progress made. But yeah, I'm not super super deep into this yet, but I do feel like I could finish it. I want to focus on that now that I'm done with the other goals that I mentioned. So we still have a chance for that one. And originally I thought when I was looking at this, I thought this was a different goal, which is the one I'm about to say right now, which is why I said that we're getting to not ideal circumstances, because the 5th goal for 2026 for me was to write 25,000 words in a prose novel, a speculative novel I was planning called Project Dream, and I have completely shelved that project. Now, I don't even know if you can call it a project because it was barely started, but I've shelved that concept. I don't want to work on that concept right now. I've talked about it in some recent videos, but it's not working. You can watch the other videos if you want to know more. But yeah, the goal's basically dead, but I may attempt to like sort of semi-save it by writing instead, say 25,000 words of another prose project of the sci-fi concept that I've been talking about in my videos, for another novel, adult novel. And that's close enough, right? I don't know if if I'll do it, and if I do, I'll count it as a win. I'll be like close enough. But that's where we're at with that. Number 6 is another goal I've been talking about in my recent videos that are coming up, and is that writing season 2, completing the script for season 2 of my webcomic Duck and Kitten, and drawing the first 5 episodes. I want to say that is definitely going to be less than 100 panels, maybe up to 100, but probably, hopefully, a lot less than that. So it's not a lot to draw. I feel like I'm gonna reach the end of the year and say, yeah, I finalized the script, but I'm still gonna make changes to it later. Right now, I haven't really started on that this year, and I did not plan on starting it this soon. I fully expected I was gonna get started and finish that goal like in November or something, like near the end of the year, and I still do think I am gonna do that. Duck and Kitten is a comedy, so it's also based on like my partners and I, and these days, like, there are so many like moments where I just say, ooh, that should go in the file for Duck and Kitten season 2, and my partner says the same thing, and you know, we're definitely passively working on it, and I do think this is a goal I'm gonna get done in like end of the year, like November, like I originally planned. So I'm not gonna comment much on that one yet. I guess I already did. Goal number 7 has nothing to do with my writing or art projects. It's just become A2 in Catalan. So A2 being the European framework of like language knowledge. I was about to say knowledgement, which is hilarious in this context. I moved to Catalonia less than a year ago, and I feel like most people who move here usually don't even end up learning Catalan. I don't know the statistics on that, but it was important for me to learn Catalan, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make this goal. There's basically here in the Public Institute for Catalan, there's 3 levels or 3 courses that you have to go through to get your A2 certificate, and today was my first day of starting the second one, and the third one starts in September, and then I should have my A2, and as long as everything goes well there, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna nail this goal. Actually, I don't even think I'm doing these in the same order that I did it in the other video, but oh well. My 8th goal was another language learning goal, which was to memorize 1,000 words in Hebrew, another language I'm trying to learn for different reasons. And I was going through the memorization route of, you know, not really focusing on grammar or fully mastering the language, but just like knowing as many words as possible to make as much broken conversation as I can and communicate, even without the best grammar and all that. 1,000 words is the goal I set, and I completely fell off practicing. I want to continue. I probably only sort of know like maybe 100 words right now, maybe 150, so that's like 10% of the goal when I'm like 50% through the year, so that's not good. It is extremely unlikely that I achieve this one, but I feel like if I focus on it, if I double down on it, I could at least make it like halfway there, like end up learning maybe 500 words instead of 1,000, but we shall see. Goal number 9 was to read 12 books. I'm in the middle of reading my 8th book right now, which is Frankenstein, my 8th book for the year, so I've read 7 so far, and I also reread a few favorites of mine, like I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and Room by Emma Donoghue, and a few true crime memoirs, but I'm not counting any of the rereads. I'm only counting the new books I've read. So I think having read 7 by this halfway point means I'm okay to accomplish this, and honestly, 12 books is like a really achievable goal, but it's also sort of an embarrassing one because it's such a small number for someone who's like supposed to be a writer, wants to be a writer. So I really hope I both surpass the goal this year and I create healthier, better reading habits for next year so that I can set, next year a bigger goal, a more ambitious but still realistic one. And I feel like at this point this year I want to end up reading at least 15, maybe 20 books so I can like really overshoot the initial goal, but like my initial goal was 12, so that's all I'm gonna hold myself accountable for, like actually reaching. 10th goal was to finish and replace my art journal and my sketchbooks. So I have, the sketchbook I do all my sketches and doodles and whatever in, and then I have the art journal, which is more of an illustrated diary, and I started that one in January 2025, and I really wanted it to be just a year, but now I am still like barely over halfway through, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it by the end of the year and replace it. I really hope I do, but it's a bit disappointing because the ones I did in the beginning of this art journal and when I first got it in January 2025, I look back at those entries and I like them a lot more than the ones I'm doing recently, but I'm also dealing with like self-loathing issues recently and not feeling super confident about my art, so that may have to do with it. I do want to keep writing in it, I do want to keep drawing in it, and maybe, I don't know if anyone's interested in me doing like a tour of my art journal / illustrated diary when it's done, and maybe if you do, comment below, and maybe that will motivate me to actually finish it. Those were the 2 goals of like replace finish and replace the art journal, but also finish and replace my sketchbook. And I did actually do that one. I had a sketchbook that was halfway mostly done at the beginning of the year. I finished that one. I bought a new one, and I'm pretty far into that one too. I feel like after I buy a sketchbook, even if I wasn't drawing a lot before, the like shiny new sketchbooks makes me draw a lot more. And usually switch it up somehow. Like right now I'm drawing a lot in pencil when my last sketchbook was mostly like black pen. So that part's done, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll even finish the new one I got this year as well, and maybe that will make up for the fact that I may not finish the art journal. This last one of the like 11 main goals I set is really bad because it was using a mood tracker that I had used in most of last year. Just a little app that tracks like how my mood was that day and little notes, and I really liked that concept, and I was like, I want to use it every day next year. And I have not. I basically stopped using it entirely in January. At first it was like, oh, I already fell off, but I know I can just start again. It maybe doesn't have to be every single day, but most of the days. And now I'm just like, I don't know if I mean, I do like the concept. I know I should track my mood and my physical and mental health a lot more, especially since it changes so much and I have a chronic illness, and I'm on all these meds. I really should track them, but I completely fell off, and now I don't even know if I still have the app. I just haven't wanted to. One thing I have done this year that has helped me a lot is that I finally started like saving my to-do list. So I just have like one Word document. I did do digital to-do list, and like I have a daily to-do list saved from every day of this year basically, and then like usually a summary of how each month went, and I just track everything I do, and it's been so good for me for like recognizing the things I do, because honestly, I swear to God, what I used to do before, and now I can't even believe that I used to do this until very recently, is that I would do digital to-do lists, and then instead of, when I like finish a task, instead of marking it off, I would just delete it, and then I would end up feeling like I didn't do anything. Like, I told this to people and they're like, why would you do that? And now I'm like, yeah, why did I do that? This is so much better. But yeah, as far as that goal goes, I feel like I could maybe pick it up again. Maybe I'll decide to pick it up again. I definitely am not going to be able to do every day anymore, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the whole mood tracking, health tracking thing. I know I should do it, but now I just don't know. I don't know. Okay, I did set some soft goals as well. One of them was to start and maintain some sort of physical activity, which I have started doing. In the beginning of the year, I tried climbing, and I quickly realized that I don't like climbing. I don't like the setting it was in the training group, where a lot of it was just sitting around waiting for other people to finish climbing, and then I wouldn't even be excited for like when it was my turn. Then I'd be like, oh great, I have to do this again. I do it. I don't like it. I don't like the heights. I don't like the danger. It all just feels stupid. I don't have good grip, and it hurts my hands. And unfortunately, I may have paid a little bit too much to like get a membership for that before like realizing very soon after, this is not for me. And I'm pretty picky about physical activity, but since like a month or two ago, I ended up getting into Pilates classes, like a reformer Pilates, and I've been loving that. I've been doing it with my partner, and it's been a great solution for me. I'm only doing 1 day a week so far, but in August, after my schedule clears up a bit, I do want to add another day of the week. So do Pilates twice a week, and I also want to add some type of cardio. Next week, I hope to try a boxing class. Not boxing against other people, because I don't want to hurt myself or anyone else, but just boxing against like a bag, I'm assuming. It's like a specifically queer one, and I'm really excited to try it, because I'm super picky about exercise, and like I can't just do it at home because I don't have the discipline for that, so I have to go do a thing, but I am also self-loathing and I have self-esteem issues, so it's like I need to see what I can actually do. I'm really hoping boxing is a fit, and that by the end of the year I can say I regularly do not only Pilates but also some sort of cardio every week. The other goal was pretty related, and like at the time I didn't think it was related because I thought I was just gonna get into a cardio thing, but it says I wanted to be more flexible. And since I'm in Pilates, it has made me more flexible. I can already see the like changes in my body and being stronger and more flexible and all that through having gone to Pilates. So technically I'm doing that one, but really what I wanted to do was do like a stretching routine, like make sure to stretch at home, and I haven't been doing that. But I took the long way around, but I am getting more flexible. I ideally wanted to make like progress pictures of like how far I can like touch my hands on the ground, or touch my toes, and a bunch of other positions, just like at the beginning of the year and then at the end of the year, to see how much more flexible I got like visually. But I haven't done that either. Maybe I'll take some progress pictures soon. I don't know. My last soft goal was to make new friends, and I had a whole writing retreat with some authortube friends that I made that I've, had been talking to last year through, our storytelling Discord, and I'm really glad about that. I've hosted meetups for Discworld fans, which really I only started because of my husband, who was a much bigger introvert and could use some help making friends, so that's why I started it. But I'm glad I've been doing that. I'm glad I was able to host something and, get some enrichment for not only my husband, but also me. I've been to some crafternoons, I've been to some parties, I've been to, a couple events. I'm going to a board game meetup next week. I'm going to a watch party this weekend. But I hoped to make more close connections. I hope to have more like solid friends at this point. And if I'm honest, I don't. I have like one solid friend here. But that is something I want to fix. And even, today I had set alarms for myself to remind myself to message, this acquaintance and the other acquaintance to see if they want to hang out with me, if they want to hang out one-on-one and like cultivate our friendship, because that's how you do it. And that's why I'm going to the board game meetup, like slow friending thing next week and meeting new people. It's not like I enjoy it particularly, but I know I want friends. I need more friends and like local ones in this community, and I don't exactly have them yet. But I have been here less than a year. When I last moved to a new city, it took me about a year to find my friend group that I really liked. I was meeting a lot of people, but nothing was sticking, so I think I'm at a good pace. I am a little lonely, I guess. I have plenty of support, but I do want more local friends. I have made some this year, so it's already a win. But I hope to make even more by the time I make the next video reviewing these goals, which will be at the end of the year. Okay, cool. I had some other things, like maybe I want to like talk about like the books I've read so far and like the things I didn't say in the 2026 goals video because, I thought of it later or whatever reason, but I'm probably just gonna say that in, when I actually at the end of the year do a review of how all these goals went, when there's like no time left and I just have to accept whatever happened. Yeah, this is a really quick video. I hope you all are doing great with your goals. Comment below, comment what your goals have been, how you've been doing with them. Let's be honest and let's support each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.